Ever wondered why music can make you feel so many emotions, even when the lyrics are questionable at best? It's because music has the power to move us, to make us feel, and to transport us to different places and times. But what happens when that power is in the hands of an artist whose lyrics and actions are controversial? Let's talk about a certain artist named Sexy Red. Now, there's been a lot of buzz around this guy. Some are drawn to his music, like a moth to a flame, while others are repelled by his lyrics and what they represent. You might have heard of a particular comment that's been making the rounds. Better when I feel Sexy Red's bars pound my ear canals while my body is sweating like Zephyr when he sees balls ready to be smashed. So what's the real deal with Sexy Red, and why should you think twice before hitting play? There are a lot of misconceptions about Sexy Red and his music. Let's set the record straight. First off, many people believe that listening to his music is just harmless fun. They say it's catchy, it's entertaining, and it's just music. But is it really? If we take a closer look at his lyrics, we find a different story. His songs are filled with messages that potentially promote unhealthy attitudes and behaviors. They may encourage materialism, objectification, and a disregard for emotional health. All of these elements, when absorbed without critical thought, can shape our perceptions and attitudes in ways we may not even realize. Another myth is that Sexy Red's music is empowering. Yes, his songs often talk about independence, self-confidence, and breaking free from societal norms. But how empowering is it really when it's tied to a persona that often seems superficial and unattainable? True empowerment comes from authenticity, self-love, and respect for others, not from flaunting wealth or physical attractiveness. Lastly, some people argue that Sexy Red's music is just a reflection of our society. They say he's merely expressing what's already out there. But shouldn't artists strive to uplift and inspire rather than simply mirror the less desirable aspects of our culture? Art has the power to shape society, and with that power comes responsibility. So no, listening to Sexy Red's music isn't just harmless fun. It's not truly empowering. And it's not simply a reflection of our society. These are myths we've been sold, and it's high time we debunk them. As we've seen, the myths surrounding Sexy Red's music can be quite misleading, but what's the reality? Let's delve into the reality of Sexy Red's music and why it's causing such a stir. Sexy Red's music isn't just about catchy beats and addictive melodies. Beneath the surface-level appeal, there's a deeper narrative that's worth unpacking. It's a narrative that subtly promotes a culture of objectification where individuals are reduced to mere commodities. This is not a harmless game of words and rhythms. It's a perpetuation of harmful norms that seep into our subconscious and shape our perceptions of self and others. In one of his hits, Sexy Red spins a tale of passion and desire, but if you listen closely, you'll find that it's a tale spun around the objectification of women. This isn't just about a single song or artist. It's about a pervasive culture in the music industry that normalizes and glorifies the objectification of individuals. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The comment about Sexy Red's music pounding the ear canals while the body sweats. On the surface, it might seem like a harmless expression of enjoyment and appreciation. But when we scratch beneath the surface, we find a more problematic viewpoint. This comment is problematic because it implies that the enjoyment of music is tied to its capacity to objectify and dehumanize. It suggests that the music's appeal lies in its ability to reduce individuals to mere objects of desire, and that this reduction is not only acceptable, but desirable. This is a damaging perspective that fuels the culture of objectification and dehumanization that Sexy Red's music perpetuates. The reality is that music has the power to influence our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions. When it carries harmful messages, it can shape our perceptions in damaging ways. But when it promotes respect, equality, and dignity, it can inspire positive change. So, Sexy Red's music isn't as harmless as it seems, but what can we do about it? Now that we know the truth about Sexy Red's music, what can we do as listeners? Well, the first step is to be more discerning, more critical of what we're feeding our ears. Music, like food, is a form of nourishment. It can either be a feast for the soul or junk food that leaves us feeling empty. And just like we wouldn't blindly consume anything placed before us on a plate, we shouldn't indiscriminately ingest every tune that's served to us. So how do we do this? It starts with awareness. Understand the lyrics, research the artist, and contemplate on the message they're trying to convey. Are they promoting positivity, well-being, and unity, or are they propagating harmful narratives? Secondly, let's support the artists who are promoting healthy messages. There are plenty out there who are creating music that uplifts, inspires, and unites. And artists who are using their platform to spread love, to advocate for change, to inspire hope, and to create a sense of community. Let's give these artists the recognition they deserve. And this doesn't just mean listening to their music. It involves buying their albums, attending their concerts, wearing their merchandise, and promoting their music on our social media platforms. It's about creating a demand for wholesome, uplifting music. Lastly, let's spread the word. The more people who are aware of the issues with Sexy Red's music, the more we can collectively influence the direction of the music industry. Share your knowledge with your friends, your family, and your social media followers. Encourage them to be more critical of the music they listen to and to support artists who are promoting positive messages. Remember, as listeners, we have the power to influence the music industry. Let's use that power wisely. After all, our choices today can shape the soundscape of tomorrow.